Welcome you all to the new session of computer graphics. Today we are going to learn Bresenham's line drawing algorithm. Instead of using built-in line functions to draw a line, we can use this algorithm to plot all the pixels of the line. Just as we used DDA line algorithm, this algorithm can also be used to plot all the pixels of a line segment. Let this be the line segment, which has two endpoints x1, y1 and x2, y2. Using this algorithm, starting from the first point, we will be plotting after calculating all xy positions that lie between the first end and the last end. For easy computations, we will be using the straight line equation, which is y is equal to mx plus b. Here m is the slope of the line and b is the y-intercept. Suppose we are trying to draw a line on the screen and the first pixel is plotted at this position. The name of this pixel is xk, yk. Here x increments in this fashion and y increments in this fashion. Y corresponds to the row numbers and x corresponds to the column numbers. So there is no doubt that the first pixel is plotted at this position. But what about the next pixel? The line passes through both these cells. So there arises a confusion whether to select this pixel or to select this pixel. If I am selecting this pixel, the name of the pixel selected will be xk plus 1 yk. But instead of this pixel, if I am selecting this one, then the name of the pixel will be xk plus 1 yk plus 1. That means there is no doubt that the next value of x is xk plus 1. At this position, value of x was xk, and at the next position, definitely there is no doubt that next position value of x is xk plus 1. But confusion is whether to select this pixel, that means whether to select yk or to select yk plus 1. If I am selecting this pixel, then yk will be selected. Instead of this, if I am selecting this pixel, then yk plus 1 will be selected. So this confusion must be solved. So to solve this confusion, let me draw the figure in a different way for both of our convenience. So the first pixel is confirmed, it is xk, yk. Confusion is regarding the second pixel, that is whether to select this pixel, that is xk plus 1 yk, or to select this pixel, which is xk plus 1 yk plus 1. But actually the line passes through the midpoint of both these pixels. So let the midpoint of these two pixels be marked as y. Now the distance from this mid position, that means the point where the line passes through, is taken as the mid position, mid of both these pixels. Now the distance from this mid position to pixel yk is taken as d1, and the distance from yk plus 1 to y, this distance is taken as d2. Clear? From this, it is clear that the value of x is xk plus 1, but the value of y can either be yk or yk plus 1. So let us write it. X is confirmed as xk plus 1, but y can either be yk or yk plus 1. So this confusion needs to be solved. For this, we are going to write the straight line equation, which is y is equal to mx plus b. In this equation, we will be substituting the value of x as xk plus 1. So the equation becomes y is equal to m into xk plus 1, which is the value of x, plus b. The straight line equation where x value is substituted as xk plus 1. Now we are going to find the values of d1 and d2. What is d1? d1 is the distance from y to yk. This distance. And so d1 can be written as y minus yk. Y minus yk. Okay, now in this equation we are going to substitute the value of y. Y is m into xk plus 1 plus b. So this value will be substituted in this equation. So finally value of d1 will become m into xk plus 1 plus b. This whole thing is the value of y minus yk. Okay, now let us find the value of d2. What is d2? d2 is this distance. That is distance from yk plus 1 to y. So d2 can be written as yk plus 1 minus y. So d2 is yk plus 1 minus y. Again value of y needs to be substituted here. Y is this thing. So this value of y should be substituted in this equation. Let us substitute yk plus 1 minus value of y. When we will solve this equation, we will get yk plus 1 minus of this term, which is minus m into xk plus 1, and minus of plus b will become minus b. So we got two values, one for d1 and one for d2. Now what? Now we are going to subtract d1 minus d2. We are going to find the value of d1 minus d2. So this value will be written, and from this value we are going to subtract this value. Let us write it. d1 minus value of d2. Now what? mxk plus 1 plus b minus yk. Now minus of yk will become minus yk. Minus of 1 minus 1. Minus of minus, this term will become plus. So it is plus mxk plus 1. Again minus of minus, this will become plus b. So we have subtracted. There are two terms, mxk plus 1, mxk plus 1. So I am going to write it as 2 times mxk plus 1. b is also occurring 2 times. So let us write it as 2b. What about this term? This is also occurring 2 times. Minus yk can be written as minus 2yk. And one more term, minus 1. So in this way, we calculated d1, then we calculated d2. For both these calculations, we used the straight line equations where the value of x is substituted as xk plus 1. After that, we found the value of d1 minus d2. Clear? After this, we have to take a decision regarding the y values, that is whether to plot yk or to plot yk plus 1. Now to take the decision, we need a decision parameter, and it is represented by pk. So how can pk be computed? pk equal to delta x into d1 minus d2, and this d1 minus d2 is already computed. So we can substitute the value of d1 minus d2 in this equation. Okay, so what is it? pk will become pk equal to delta x into 2m into xk plus 1 plus 2b minus 2yk minus 1. Now what? In the next step, we will substitute the value of m as delta y by delta x, because m is the slope of the line. And slope of the line can be represented as m equal to delta y by delta x. So we will substitute the value of m in the next step. So equation will become pk equal to delta x into 2 times delta y by delta x into xk plus 1 plus 2b minus 2yk minus 1. Now what? Now with each of these terms, delta x will be multiplied. Delta x into first term plus delta x into second term. In that way, with every term, delta x will be multiplied. So let us see what will happen. When delta x is multiplied by the first term, delta x into 2 into delta y by delta x into xk plus 1, what will happen? Both these delta x will get cancelled, and the result will be 2 into delta y into xk plus 1. Now, when delta x is multiplied by the second term, you will get 2b delta x. Delta x into minus 2 yk will be minus 2 delta x yk, and delta x into minus 1 will be minus delta x. So in this way you will have to multiply delta x with all the terms, and the result is this thing. After multiplying delta x with every term, you have to expand the first term. That is 2 delta y into xk will become 2 delta y xk, and 2 delta y into 1 will become 2 delta y. So this term is split into two terms. All the remaining terms are same. After this, I am going to rewrite the equation of pk as pk is equal to 2 delta y xk minus 2 delta x yk. So these two terms are taken, and instead of writing these three terms, I am going to group these three terms together, and I am representing it as c. So what is the value of c? C is 2 delta y plus 2b delta x minus delta x. So these three terms are grouped together and is represented as a variable c. So now the value of pk is 2 delta y xk minus 2 delta x yk plus c. Okay, once the value of pk is computed, we can take the decision. But how? Look, if d1 less than d2, you remember these two were the distances. If d1 is less than d2, then definitely the value of pk will be negative. That is, using this equation, when you will compute the value of pk will be negative only if d1 is less than d2. And if pk is negative, you have to plot the lower pixel, that means xk plus 1 and yk. And if d1 is greater than d2, then definitely the value computed for pk will be positive. And if pk is positive, then you have to plot the upper pixel, that is xk plus 1 yk plus 1. I repeat, you have to compute the value of pk, and if pk is negative, you have to plot this lower pixel, that is xk plus 1 yk. Similarly, if pk computed value is a positive value, then you have to plot the upper pixel, that is xk plus 1 yk plus 1. So in this way you can take a decision. Okay. Okay. Now what does this mean? Xk plus 1 and yk plus 1. Xk plus 1 means next value of x, and yk plus 1 means next value of y. So we are going to find the next value of x and next value of y. How? We have already said that if value of pk is negative, then next value of x will be current value of x plus 1, and next value of y will be current value of y itself, that is yk itself. And if pk is positive, then next value of x will be current value of x plus 1, and next value of y will be current value of y plus 1. So in both these situations, whether pk is positive or whether pk is negative, next value of x will be always current value of x plus 1. But in case of y, the next value of y can either be current value itself or it can be current value plus 1. Clear? Now we have already computed the equation for pk. pk is 2 delta y xk minus 2 delta x yk plus c. Now with this equation, we are going to compute the value of pk plus 1. Now what is this pk plus 1? If pk is the decision at the current position, pk plus 1 is the decision at the next position. How can pk plus 1 be computed? It is 2 into delta y into xk will become xk plus 1. That means decision at xk will become decision at xk plus 1. Similarly, decision at yk will become decision at yk plus 1. So every xk and yk will become xk plus 1 and yk plus 1. So if pk is 2 delta y xk minus 2 delta x yk plus c, pk plus 1 will be 2 delta y x k plus 1 minus 2 delta x y k plus 1 plus c. Clear? Now what? Now we have to find the difference between these two values. That is, we are going to find pk plus 1 minus pk. That is, this value minus this value. Okay. Let us write it. So, value of pk plus 1 minus value of pk. Written. Now what? 2 delta y xk plus 1 minus 2 delta x yk plus 1 plus c minus into this term will become minus 2 delta y xk minus into minus plus 2 delta x yk minus into plus minus c. Okay, so after obtaining the expansion, plus c and minus c will get cancelled. So there will be only 4 terms: 2 delta y xk plus 1 minus 2 delta x yk plus 1 minus 2 delta y xk and plus 2 delta x yk. Out of these 4 terms, I am going to group these 2 terms because both these terms are having 2 delta y as common. So taking the 2 delta y common outside, the remaining terms will be xk plus 1 minus xk. So combining these 2 terms, we will get 2 delta y into xk plus 1 minus xk. Similarly, I am going to combine these 2 terms because both these terms are having common factor as 2 delta x. So taking minus 2 delta x outside, and if so, what will be the output? Minus 2 delta x into, from this term I will get yk plus 1, and from this term I will get minus yk, so that when you will multiply you will get minus 2 delta x yk plus 1 and plus 2 delta x yk. So these 2 terms are combined and these 2 terms are combined. Okay, so now we got the value of pk plus 1 minus pk. Clear? Okay, from this it is clear that pk plus 1 minus pk is equal to 2 delta y into next value of x minus current value of x minus 2 delta x into next value of y minus current value of y. So here we need to substitute the next value of x and next value of y. But we know that next value of x is always current value of x plus 1. See, just as we explained above, irrespective of whether the value of pk is negative or pk is positive, next value of x is always current value of x plus 1. So I am going to substitute the value of x k plus 1, that is next value of x, as current value of x plus 1. So the equation will now become pk plus 1 minus pk is equal to 2 delta y into next value of x will become current value of x plus 1 minus xk minus 2 delta x into next value of y minus current value of y. Now this xk and minus xk will get cancelled off and only remaining term is 1. So you will get 2 delta y into 1 will give you 2 delta y minus of 2 delta x into yk plus 1 minus yk will give minus 2 delta x into yk plus 1 minus yk. So this is the result you will get after substituting the next value of x. I am just rewriting the equation by taking pk on the right hand side. So the equation will become pk plus 1 is equal to, taking this to the right hand side, it will become pk plus 2 delta y minus 2 delta x into yk plus 1 minus yk. So the value of xk plus 1, that is next value of x, is already substituted, but next value of y is not yet substituted. So I am going to substitute the value for yk plus 1. But before that, remember, when pk is negative, next value of y will be yk, and if pk is positive, next value of y will be yk plus 1, that is current value of y plus 1. So let us solve the above situation in two separate steps. First we will solve the case where pk is negative. If pk is negative, yk plus 1 will become yk. Okay, so the equation is pk plus 1 is equal to pk plus 2 delta y minus 2 delta x into next value of y will become current value of y minus yk. In the next step, yk minus yk will become 0. 0 into 2 delta x will become 0. So the only remaining terms are pk plus 2 delta y. So if pk is negative, pk plus 1 will have the equation pk plus 1 is equal to pk plus 2 delta y. Similarly, in this equation, when pk is positive, value of next value of y or value of yk plus 1 will become current value of y plus 1. Let us solve that also. So now we are going to solve the situation where pk is positive. So in this equation, if pk is positive, the equation will become pk plus 1 is equal to pk plus 2 delta y minus 2 delta x into yk plus 1 means next value of y. It will become current value of y plus 1. So it is yk plus 1 minus yk. Okay, value of yk plus 1 is substituted. Once it is substituted, yk and minus yk will get cancelled off and the only remaining term is 1. So you will get pk plus 2 delta y minus 2 delta x into 1, which is 2 delta x. So after substitution, the next value of next decision parameter pk plus 1 will give you the value as pk plus 1 is equal to pk plus 2 delta y minus 2 delta x. So you got two different equations for pk plus 1. If one for the pk value negative, if pk is negative, then pk plus 1 should be computed using this equation, and if pk is positive, then pk plus 1 should be computed using this equation. Now to begin the algorithm, you need a starting decision parameter, and in the starting decision parameter k is 0. So decision parameter can be represented as P0. So P0 is the starting decision parameter or initial decision parameter, and it can be computed using the equation 2 delta y minus delta x. So this is all about the derivation of equations in Bresenham's line drawing algorithm. Thank you.